to stop running for re-election. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. But as more Democrats worry about his age and mental fitness, the president keeps going, campaigning in Philadelphia.
There's more to do to deliver jobs and justice. There's more to do. But above all, we need to protect our rights, the rights of all Americans.
Fox's Jillian Turner reports from the White House.
One Democrat reportedly telling Axios, quote, the expletive is going to hit the fan Monday when Congress returns. People are scared about their own races, but they're also worried about the country and about democracy. Four more Democrats privately called for Biden to bow out during a listening session that happened with leader Hakeem Jeffries.
It's now up to at least 10 House Democrats calling for the president to exit the race. Tomorrow, the president hosts world leaders at a NATO summit. The war in Ukraine, a big topic. Russian missile attacks today killed at least 20 Ukrainians. Boeing has worked out a plea deal with the federal government.
The Justice Department says Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to criminal fraud and avoid a trial involving the two crashes of its 737 MAX jetliners that left 346 people dead. As part of the deal, Boeing must pay an additional $243.6 million fine and invest $455 million in its safety and compliance programs.
Fox's Sue Guzman. Some victims' families want a federal judge to reject that plea deal. Hurricane Beryl is moving deeper into Texas after coming ashore about 3 hours ago between Corpus Christi and Galveston. It's still a Category 1 storm.
And the heaviest rainfall now moving into the Houston metro. That's concerning because all of Houston, or most of it, is a lot of concrete, and the water has nowhere to go. Over close to 6 inches already.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean Beryl did a lot of damage on Caribbean islands, blamed for at least 11 deaths. Excessive heat warnings remain in place. Arizona to Nevada, California up to Oregon and Washington state. Temperatures in some areas topping 110 degrees, even 120. America's listening to Fox News.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you had $1 million in 2009, today it would be worth less than $700,000. Thank you, big government. Hedge against runaway inflation with gold from Birch Gold Group. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. I trust Birch Gold, and you can too.
Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Text SHELTER to 989898 today.
Days after British voters took a turn to the left in elections that ushered in new Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports French voters just did the same.
President Emmanuel Macron called this parliamentary election to test whether France really wanted the right-wing national rally to control the country. The results of an often bitter campaign suggest that's not the case. The national rally were expected to win, but ended up third. That's because left-wing and centrist parties worked together to stop them. But now France faces a hung parliament with no bloc big enough to govern alone.
And that led to some celebrations on the streets in France, also some protests. The French president has just rejected the outgoing prime minister's resignation amid the political uncertainty. NASA is hoping to someday send astronauts to Mars. Some just finished a year-long pretend mission.
That four-person crew, 2 men and 2 women, emerged Saturday afternoon from a simulated Mars environment at the Johnson Space Flight Center in Houston after spending more than 12 months inside. The 4 volunteers, Kelly Haston, Anka Salariu, Ross Brockwell, and Nathan Jones, entered the simulated Mars bunker on June 23rd of 2023. They spent the next 378 days living and working together inside the 17,000 square foot 3D printed habitat while simulating spacewalks, growing and harvesting vegetables, and maintaining their habitat and equipment. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
On Wall Street this morning, stock futures have been mixed. The NASDAQ closed at a record high on Friday. Minions are kings of the box office.
You will be the first to test our super serum, designed to transform you into cutting-edge agents. Or you might just explode.
Despicable Me 4 debuted at number 1 in theaters with a $75 million weekend, knocking Inside 2 out of the top spot. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 2 people shot early Friday morning in Champaign. Police dispatched to a local hospital after the 2 arrived with gunshots. One of the victims, a 41-year-old male, had a potentially life-threatening wound to his abdomen. The other, a 28-year-old female, suffered a graze. Both victims still at the hospital where they remain stable. IDOT announcing Illinois 10. That's Springfield Avenue closed to traffic starting this week. Starting today, the road closed while the overpass carrying Springfield Avenue over Copper Slough just east of Duncan Road gets replaced. IDOT officials say the project expected to be completed in 5 months, and until then, detours will be posted. They encourage drivers to pay close attention to signs and change conditions in the work zones. Race for mayor of Urbana is down to 1 candidate after Alderman James Quisenberry announcing he's dropping out of the race. He said he had a change of heart after a cancer scare and his wife retiring. The demanding job of being mayor was more than he wanted to take on at this time. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, good morning, July 8, ESPN 93.5. I am Stevie Jay. Good to be back with you. Diane Ducey is along here.
Good morning.
And we have meteorologist Greg Soye, who's jumped on, brought to you this morning by Carl.
Cross your child's early physical exam off your back-to-school list. Schedule an appointment at a convenient location near you. Carl.org for details.
Well, I guess we're on the backside of the summer, Soye. That's where we are right now, I guess.
Oh, now stop it. No, the days don't really shorten till mid-August around here. Come on.
Man, I'm telling you, though, the football guys are reporting in 3 weeks. Yep. It's crazy.
Well, that's okay. That's okay to think about.
Let's go.
That's
Let's
positive.
go. There's got a little fall tailgating, the smell of tailgating. That's always fun. Meteorologist Greg Soye with what looks like a little milder temperature-wise this week anyway.
Yeah, this week pretty comfortable, and my apologies for generating all that rain. 1.5 inches that we had for the Freedom Festival get-together, the parade and everything.
Right.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, and
but wasn't it ironic that you had a farm family and the rain we needed came during that?
That's exactly
we were
what
celebrating
I said.
farming on the 4th of July parade canceled because of rain that we needed.
Well, they have better pull than we do, I guess. I do in the weather forecasting business. Anyways, if you weren't happy with 1.5 inches, we'll bring you double those amounts in some areas. And once again, the fickle nature of weather forecasting, especially when it comes to the tropics, when the thinking was to bring Barrel inland into central and southeast Texas. Yeah, we did so earlier on this morning. Matagorda, Texas. That's not far from Galveston, for example. But then a swing to the north and northeast, getting caught up in the steering currents. And we'll get into perhaps a couple of tropical downpours in the feel of the tropics around here over tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night into Wednesday. If you want hot weather, hang on for next week. 90 plus or better on the old isotherm. In the meantime, 74 at Williams Savoy, some shower activity southwest of Springfield. We may catch a shower in spots this morning. Again, this afternoon, partly sunny, 87. Hit miss stuff early and late night tonight, 68. More clouds tomorrow and a drop off to around 80 for the high with a couple of showers and thunderstorms morning and afternoon. A little more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. That as a barrel comes up along a frontal boundary tomorrow night into Wednesday. Some healthy downpours. Low down to 66 and a high on Wednesday, just 78 with a 1 to 2 to maybe as much as 3 inches worth of rain. Leftover shower chance Thursday at 83. We're in the middle 80s Friday and Saturday, up near 90 on Sunday, into the 90s. Heads up on the heat and humidity for next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soye.
All right, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Political strategist, founder and CEO of Freedom's Fund USA. It's a nonprofit to protect freedom and national security from threats that impact our future. Ashley Smith-Thomas. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have said for 1.5 years I didn't think Joe Biden would be the candidate. I might be right. But then again, he's spending $50 million on advertising. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to withstand the storm that is Washington, D.C. and the Democrats saying, we need another guy. What are you hearing, Ashley?
That is such a great question. I think really when it comes to politics, it's powered by money, right? And so when you have donors that are looking at refusing to give to the Democrat Party because of Biden's performance at the last presidential debate a couple weeks ago, there's now concerns about his ability to move forward. So instead, what his campaign is doing and trying to turn things around, or I should say their attempt to turn things around, on Friday, his campaign announced a massive media blitz and spending more than $50 million to target battleground state voters. So their key battleground states are Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And so their attempt is to really focus on executing a, quote, aggressive targeted campaign, and their attempt to appeal to young and minority voters. However, when you look at this aggressive approach that his campaign is attempting to do, New York Times polls still show that Trump now tops Biden by 49% to 43% among likely voters, but some polls are showing that former President Trump is still taking a larger lead by having him at 49% to Biden at 41%. So an attempt to show that Biden is turning things around. His campaign is specifically looking at using this funding, this $50 million, as a larger budget to target key events and running ads, particularly here in July. And so they're going to focus on the Olympic Games on NBC, the Macy's July 4th firework program, and then the Bachelorette season premiere.
Bachelorette season, that's a beauty.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to spend money.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people watch the Bachelorette, and I have before. So, well, when we talk about the George Stephanopoulos interview, how did he do during that? What do you think?
Some people think he did well, but others think that he did not do well, meaning that especially when Stephanopoulos had to correct him and saying that he probably doesn't want to go there and trying to compare his rally size to Trump's rally size. He was saying that he draws big crowds, and compared to Trump, in which George Stephanopoulos was like, I don't think you want to go there. And then some of the comments that he was making, for an example, when the calls for him to be replaced, he told Stephanopoulos that he would keep, moving forward, but the only way that he would step down is if God Almighty told him to.
Well, I think at some point,
could happen.
Well, maybe. But I believe what will happen here in the next week or week and a half is I think they're going to go into Mr. President's Oval Office, and Jill's going to be there, and they're going to say, you know what? Well, you're awesome, but the press has got hold of this story. You taking money from China. I can't stop it, Mr. President. And there's another 2 felonies on Hunter's docket. I just heard about that. That's coming out. They're going to come in and just do that because they can. And then they're going to have a choice. You want the beach house and $20 million as kind of a going away present? Or do you want to keep pushing this thing that you're going to lose?
Right. Well, and it also speaks volumes, too, when you have former Obama advisor David Axelrod coming out over the weekend saying that he's concerned that Biden is out of touch. And he made a statement, quote, President Biden is dangerously out of touch with concerns of the people about his capability and capacity moving forward. And his standing in the race 4 years ago this time, he was 10 points ahead of Trump. Today, he's 6 points behind, end quote. And the fact that so many people respect Axelrod within the Democrat Party, that when he says something and you hear this, people tend to listen. So the fact that he is showing and saying that he's concerned about Biden and his ability, I think speaks volumes. So I would not be surprised if we're going to start seeing a switcheroo here with the Democrat Party, especially like I mentioned earlier, when it comes to money. It's money that drives politics. And so when you look at these major donors, to include over the weekend the Disney heiress, Abigail Disney, she's the granddaughter of Royo Disney. I mean, she made the statement that she will not support the Democrat Party until Biden is replaced. She's not going to give him one dime. She's done until he's replaced. And so when you have these strong Democratic voices, influencers, and leaders calling for him to be replaced, speaks volumes. And right now it just shows the disarray that's happening within the Democrat Party. From this standpoint, you have some governors. President Biden invited governors to the White House to try and convince them that everything is good. You have some governors like Newsom and the New York governor trying to rally everyone to stay behind and support Biden, while some are just deeply concerned. So it's going to be interesting to see what this next week unfolds for the Biden campaign.
Ashley Smith Thomas, how can people connect with Freedom's Fund USA?
Absolutely. So you can visit our website at freedomsfundusa.org, and you can also follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram to Ashley Smith Thomas.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you from Dallas this morning on the Tapman's Towing phone line. At 7:15, we check our sports headlines.
Cardinals beat Washington 8-3 yesterday. They'll have a 3:05 start today here on ESPN 93.5. Here's your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. The Cardinals got out to an early lead. The Nationals tied it. The Cardinals took the lead with 2 outs a couple of innings later and then added on. And then they finished off the day with this.
So Ciani, good speed at first. There's a ball hit hard to left field. That's backing up Wood. He looks up, and it's gone. A big fly for Wilson Contreras. His 9th of the year. A 2-run shot here in the 7th inning. And the Cardinals now lead 8-3.
The Cardinals won it 8-3 over the Nats, and they'll try to make it 3 out of 4 today.
After getting blown out in Game 2, it was a nice bounce-back victory for the Cardinals yesterday. Kyle Gibson picked up the win, and the Cardinals continue to play good baseball. They've been great since Mother's Day, and they are getting closer and closer to the Brewers.
And we're on the air today at 2:10, 2:55. Ricky has the lineups. I'll bring you the first pitch thrown by Mitchell Parker coming up at 3:05 Central as the Cardinals try to win 3 out of 4.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Okay, so Stevie and I were just talking about the Central standings.
Well, I mean, it's the Cubs and the Reds and the Pirates kind of fading.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like Cardinals and Brewers are fighting it out, heading toward the second half after All-Star break next week.
That's right.
But, I mean, I don't know what to say.
So Brewers on top of the Central, 53-38.
And Cardinals are 5 out, and then you just got those other guys that are like 10 out.
Yeah.
I think Cubs are 11 out. Cubs got off to such a great start. I thought, Craig Counsell's going to just turn this whole thing. Doesn't have the people, I guess. But, man, Cubs are so good in April and May.
And who knows? I mean, they did win the series against the Angels. They beat the Angels 5-0 yesterday.
Not very good.
Okay.
Angels aren't very good.
It's still a win.
It's a win, but somebody's got to. I just don't think they have the thump. They certainly don't have the pitching. The Cubs have lost 20 games when they were leading in the 7th inning. 20 times. I mean, they don't have anybody to shut it down.
Cubs are off today. They'll have Baltimore 5:35 tomorrow. So the All-Star Series is next week.
All-Star game, home run derby, all that kind of fun stuff. That's next week.
Okay.
They play through Sunday, then most of the players will have 4 days off.
Do we have any representing St. Louis,
Yeah,
Chicago?
you have to have somebody.
Okay.
They send somebody. You have to have at least one person from the team.
That.
I don't know who would the Cubs send? The Cardinals?
No.
I don't have to look at the thing.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Miami over the Chicago White Sox 7-4. They'll have Minnesota and the Chicago's South Side with a 7-10 start. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese continue to woo crowds and records and the like. So that happened over the weekend.
It's Angel Reese is definitely a draw, but it's Caitlin Clark.
John Deere Classic with Davis Thompson on top of the leaderboard.
Who that is.
Okay.
Dominated. Mm-hmm. Weather brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Member FDIC. If you're hungry, I've got a great Stever. Stand by. I'm going to be giving out $50 bills. That will be coming up next.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Those clamoring for more organized, widespread rains. You'll get it later on this week with the remnant circulation and tropical moisture from Beryl expected to come up our way. Partly sunny for the day today. A shower thunderstorm in spots later this morning and again this afternoon, but just spotty coverage at best, up to 87 light south wind. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm in spots early and again late. We'll about at 68 tomorrow. Somewhat cooler, more clouds and sun, and a couple of showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Highs around 80. Showers and thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night with a low down to 66 and a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Gusty winds for the day on Wednesday. That's the remnant circulation from Beryl. Wednesday high at 78. Maybe a lingering shower chance, partly sunny, humid 83 on Thursday. Middle 80s on Friday. Mid to upper 80s for the weekend. Hot weather next week with low to mid 90s. Nights in the 70s. Hey, by the way, 1 to 3 inches of rain expected across the area. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Olchis, Greg Solgay.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes. or perhaps a second home away from it all? Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Summer sales are on. Amazon's competitors are already offering discounts ahead of Amazon Prime Days, which will be July 16th and 17th. Target's Circle Week started on Sunday. It runs through Saturday. Walmart's deals are today through Thursday. There's also a Sam's Club July Super Savings event this week. Stocks are under pressure as investors wait for Fed Chair Jerome Powell's Capitol Hill testimony on Tuesday and Wednesday. Also, the Consumer Price Index is out on Thursday and the Producer Price Index on Friday. Boeing shares are higher after the company agreed to a criminal fraud charge related to the 737 MAX crashes. And Paramount Global shares are up more than 4% after agreeing to merge with Skydance Media. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda. Invested in you.
Interesting people are talking to Will Kane.
I said, what do I call you? I call you Dwayne. I call you The Rock. He said, now that I own it, I can call you The Rock.
Yes, I own it now. You can call me The Rock.
Our next guest needs no introduction. It is Dr. Jordan Peters, my old friend and frenemy, Stephen A. Smith.
What is going on here? I see the Will Kane Show in the background. I see the microphone.
Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com. And get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on KramerSiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
All right, it is Monday. This is July 8, 2024. 1 to 3 inches of rain are coming. Gonna be a little wet around here for the next few days. Brother Johnny is still in town. Nice to see you, Johnny.
Well, Steve, it's been a great 4th of July weekend.
Awesome.
All that rearing to go.
All the work that Diane Ducey does for all of the fun days and freedom celebration. We got washed out of the parade because of all that rain.
Yeah.
But
that was disappointing.
No kidding, that was. But we needed the rain.
No, we did. I thought it was ironic that the Decker family and their 5 generations honored Alvin Decker was the Grand Marshal, but it rained when we needed it on 4th of July.
It's my understanding that he's only going to be 99 next year. He's going to be the Grand Marshal.
That's right.
They're going to give
We said we're just going to be continued in 2025 on this theme.
He was supposed to be the Grand Marshal. They wanted him to be Grand Marshal while he's still young.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then I predict rain. He could be the lightning rod.
Well, this time I'll have a plan. I wasn't very good on the publicity side when it was all coming down the pipe, and
that's a last-second decision.
It is.
And
about 9:30 or 10.
And it did rain up there more than here. You could have bulled through it in Philo, but it was just raining hard.
Yeah, and nobody's going to watch a parade in the rain, are they?
Right.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
it depends on how hard it's raining.
Yeah.
If there's lightning and
sideways rain.
Yeah. Right.
Really.
But and it was coming down.
Because we do rain parades in New Orleans.
Okay.
Do you?
But it's not hard. I mean, it's not going to be like it was.
It's more of a misty rain.
Well, or just a straight down rain.
If you have umbrellas or cover.
Yeah. No, but once you get wet,
It's just
you don't
not
care. You
fun
hang
for
out.
everybody.
No, it's okay. It's raining on the parade.
Right.
But you can still have the parade.
That's true.
All right,
But the runners went through. We had 481 of them.
Yeah, there you go. They probably kind of like it
Yeah.
in a way because it cools them off.
Ryan Root with a time 15:28 on
For
that
3
one.
miles, 3.1 miles in 15 minutes, 5 minutes a mile. Yikes.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast.
My goal was always 30 minutes.
There you go. It's pretty good, too.
That isn't that bad.
No.
So here's 15.
I know. All right, so we do have a Stever. It's an offer where I give you money. You go eat at said business. Today's featured business, the Long Branch Steakhouse. It's up in Gifford, Illinois, and Donnie will be there beginning this Wednesday. Donnie and Hunter and the team.
Yep.
I'll give you $50, but there is a catch. I want first-time people this time. So if you've never gone, you can only win this one once. So if you've already won one of these, or maybe it's I just want new people.
310 South Main Street in downtown Gifford.
So go enter it, GoStever.com. If you've not won this before, you're eligible. Otherwise, we ask you to stand down this time. So many people try and win this. Wow, $50 to go eat it.
Yeah, I mean.
So go there now. It's available. It's GoStever.com, GoStever.com. George Stephanopoulos interviewed President Biden on whatever night it was. It was pre-taped. Here's a clip.
Mr. President, thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the debate. You and your team have said you had a bad night. But your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It's a bad episode. No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted. I didn't listen to my instincts in terms of preparing, and I had a bad night.
You know, you say you were exhausted, and I know you've said that before as well, but you came, and you did have a tough month, but you came home from Europe about 11 or 12 days before the debate, spent 6 days in Camp David. Why wasn't that enough rest time, enough recovery time?
Because I was sick. I was feeling terrible. Matter of fact, the docs with me, I asked if they did a COVID test because they're trying to figure out what was wrong. They did a test to see whether or not I had some infection, a virus. I didn't. They just had a really bad cold.
And did you ever watch the debate afterwards?
I don't think I did, no.
I think you'd remember whether you watched your
Well, he doesn't want to say he didn't watch it, but look, that was a bad night because that's the night the Democrats turned on Joe. And he was doing about what I expected. I mean, he wasn't very good, but
it's nothing new.
Not for me. I mean, I didn't expect much more than I saw at the debate, and I did not. What floored me was everybody on CNN.
Is it possible that you're CNN, MSNBC, and not know this? You really don't. And though the press protected him, you don't watch any other channels? I watch several channels. So if you
this was just the decision was made that we've got to get another candidate. Maybe it's going to be the vice president. Could be the governor of Illinois. Could be California's.
I don't know how it's not Kamala Harris, a woman of color. You're going to lead.
Well, first of all, the Democratic Party. I hate to tell you this if you don't know, they really don't care about women. They really don't care about the various ethnic groups, white, Hispanic, black. They want to win. That's all they want to do. And they're going to try to figure out how to go with someone else. I don't know if they can. They may have actually screwed this up beyond repair.
Well, and they knew of his state a long time ago.
Well, I think their strategy was, the game plan was, we are going to get Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That doesn't appear to have worked.
Yeah, we're going to get him.
Remember Carville going off the deep end?
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not playing out.
Right.
And so
they thought he'd be saddled with all kinds of felony convictions.
If he even was going to run. They were trying to put the Republicans in the position that they're in, which is, he's in jail. He can't run.
Right.
Who's going to be the candidate? And all of a sudden.
So that failed, and they weren't ready for that.
That's what I saw. I don't know how else to explain it, but I think they've made a mistake, because turning on the candidate when it's that hard to remove them at this time is going to hurt the Senate and the congressional races.
Yeah, down ballots. So Joe Biden is spending $50 million in July on advertising.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if he's in, he's got a campaign. But
when is it too late? Or is it?
We don't know.
You can go till the convention, theoretically, right?
Yeah, they'll have to pick a candidate
at the convention.
Concede.
Yeah. No ballot, no candidate.
It looks like the only option, if it's not Kamala, is for a small group of people to just say, here's going to be our candidate. Probably won't play very well.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what's going on. Is the workplace gotten more toxic? I mean, remember we had COVID. Remember we stayed home. And now we want to at least have them come back to work, not maybe full 5 days a week, but come back. But has it gotten worse? We got somebody that says apparently it has. What does that mean? What does toxic workplace even mean? You're experiencing some of that. Stand by. Somebody will jump on and talk with us a few minutes about that next. All right, Monday morning, January 8th, July 8th. It's a J month. I know it was one or the other. It's July 8th, and we are past the 4th of July. Unbelievable how quickly it's flying by. 7:30.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Hurricane Beryl made landfall on the Texas coast near Matagorda as a Category 1 hurricane. Fox's Britta Merwin is about an hour down the coast on Surfside Beach.
It's intense. It's almost like needles are being pushed into the back of your legs because these water droplets, the rain itself, is being pushed so hard against your body that it really does cut against the fabric that you're wearing.
And Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to criminal fraud charges stemming from 2 deadly crashes of its 737 MAX jetliners.
Part of the deal, Boeing must pay an additional $243.6 million fine and invest $455 million in its safety and compliance programs. Plea deal does not give Boeing immunity for other incidents, including the one where a panel blew off a MAX jetliner during an Alaska Airlines flight in June.
Fox's Sue Guzman, America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 2 people shot Friday morning in Champaign. Police were dispatched to a hospital. 2 people arriving with gunshots. One of the victims, 41-year-old male, had a potentially life-threatening wound to his abdomen. The other, a 28-year-old female, suffered a graze wound. Both victims still at the hospital in stable condition. Illinois Tollway warning iPass customers of a phishing scam being sent out in the form of text. The text appears to come from Illinois Tollway and details a specific toll amount the customers owe. Illinois Tollway says in a release, customers should delete the messages. Anyone still unsure of whether they have outstanding toll amounts can check their accounts online at IllinoisTollway.com. Decatur Fire called to a house fire in the area of Martin Luther King Drive and Cleveland Avenue last Thursday. It's now under investigation. Firefighters reporting the fire came from a window in a back room. They quickly extinguished the main body of the fire while other companies on scene assisted with efforts and overhaul. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Always great things to do. In fact, the Crew Volunteer Stewardship Day is tomorrow, along with connecting you to Nature Hike. You can find out details at urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Nice to be back on duty. Nice to come calling with a significant rain event at our hip pocket. That'll be the remnant circulation from Beryl. Yeah, the hurricane that came ashore into the Gulf Coast areas, Big Bend country of Texas earlier on this morning. Expected to track north-northeast and bring some promising rain over the driest reaches of the eastern and southern Corn Belt. Maybe a stray shower thunderstorm chance for it today, both morning and later this afternoon. Highs up to 87 with a partly sunny sky. Lingering shower thunderstorm risk early and late night tonight. Low down to about 68. Tomorrow, cooler, more clouds, and higher humidity. The high near 80 as showers and thunderstorms will be scattered for the afternoon and morning hours as well. Showers, thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night through Wednesday. Some healthy downpours as well, with lows in the 60s tomorrow night, 78 on Wednesday, with a lingering shower chance Thursday at about 83, mid-80s for Friday, Saturday up near 90 on Sunday. Hot weather and humid too for next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, so what's going on at the workplace? We're going to talk about that for a few minutes here this morning. An expert on leadership and company culture. She's the CEO and founder of Hawaii Fluid Art, the fastest growing art franchise company in the country. Passionate about using team building exercises as part of the plan to turn companies around. Maya Radcliffe, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me this morning.
Well, you got Stevie J, you got Diane Ducey, you got my brother Johnny here. And
hi, Maya.
Okay, so shaming, ignoring, gossiping, gaslighting. HR experts say workplace incivilities on the rise. Why is that happening?
There's a couple different thoughts on that. One of which is that people are returning to the office after COVID, and they got so used to working by themselves that they've got very little tolerance for other people's behaviors. Now, that's not okay, but that's one of the theories. The other is that people are just tired of the workplace environment. They really want to be able to work from home and therefore are short-tempered and act out.
Well, we got messed up by COVID, period, right? I mean, we've changed as a country. The habits changed as a country. The desire to work changes as a country. And so now I think it's all accurate. You get in there and you say, man, that guy took his shoes off. I'm out of here. This is crazy. You can't walk around in socks, fella. I mean, stuff going on, and they're just not used to being that patient, tolerant person anymore. And they want, and then these people start crying on social media about how they can't believe they have to go to work every day. They want to work at home.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that. The other thing with social media is that people are recording their coworkers, what they're wearing, and then poking fun at them later on, what they're eating for lunch, etc. And 10 years ago, social media wasn't as prevalent as it is now, and it's easier for people to be bullies. It's just so sad. Those are keyboard warriors.
Well, I think too, Maya, we've kind of transitioned to this idea that we should get what we want. We don't want to go in. It was fine at home. What's wrong with it? Well, actually, management thinks we'll be better working as a group. I don't care what they think. I don't want to do it. And so that's kind of a less discipline maybe when our dads were saying, I got to go to work. How are we going to pay the rent? So I got a job. Well, and that kind of motive isn't as strong as I see the younger generation. Yeah. A lot of people will go to work and work great, though. They're still out there. But I understand what's happening. I had a company, Maya, and it was a little different. The attitude isn't there sometimes.
Absolutely. And, leadership is where it all starts at. If leaders set the tone for the company, for the environment, with being uplifting, kind, gracious, then the managers should have that same behavior, and it should trickle down to the employees. What we see in the workplace when people don't feel comfortable is that creativity suffers and performance deteriorates. And that is not good for our economy or for just the well-being of our nation.
How do we get it back?
Ooh, good question. Team building events, thank you notes, leadership, being aware that the everyday person has other issues in their life. They may be struggling financially. They may be having home problems. And just be kind. Be a nice human being to your coworker and to the people that work with you.
What if it just doesn't work? What if the person just has an edge and is grumpy and there's not much you can do about it?
Well, and I can answer that one. You say, well, we really just don't have a job that fulfills your need here. But I'll recommend you for something else. Thanks. You just
absolutely.
You just have to do that, Maya, and that's. A lot of leaders and managers won't.
Try to weed out the bad apple.
Well, weed them out isn't the thing. It's just like, this is going to work for you, and I want to help you get something else. But we have to have a different environment than what you have to have.
I mean, Brother Johnny Maya ran a company. I think you hit 1,000 employees, didn't you?
That's when I decided I wanted to head back down to zero.
Yeah, that's right. Retirement.
I mean, it's not easy. It would be real easy without people, but it's hard. I mean, it really is because you do have all these considerations.
But you can explain to someone, we need this for this reason.
Right.
If you can't do it, I understand. But
they think they're doing it.
Well, they don't think you need it, and you can say, well, then you need to start your own company and do it that way. But I'm not gonna. I don't think we can produce with that attitude.
But you're gonna have to really kind of do what Maya says. You have to empathize and.
No, you do. No, you don't. You can try to help accommodate everyone. Everyone's different, but you don't have to ruin the whole point of what you're doing. Everybody else. I think coaches are going through this right now with their teams. It's very difficult to manage that team environment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Everybody has a different form of communication that works with them. Some people can be spoken to and they get it. Some people have to read and then they get it. But if we can help our employees understand that they are the face of our company and that what they do matters, it's going to increase morale across the board.
I think that's a huge one. Right now, there's purpose. I mean, what difference am I making to the world? Why am I here kind of thing? I think that's more prevalent than it has been.
You have to sell.
Absolutely.
Your employees have to believe that it's going to be better for everyone if we work together as a team. You have to sell that as opposed to, I don't really need you in here, I just want you in here. That's not going to work.
Right.
But they have to see why it works better.
I've heard gaslighting come up more often. Is it like gossip? I don't know what even that is. I'm sorry.
Well, I think that there's all sorts of different forms of bullying going on in the workplace. So they don't even like to use the term bullying. But to me, it's the same thing. You know, we have people that are nice to somebody's face and then turn around and talk about them immediately.
Okay.
They engage in different ways in order to get that person in trouble. They start rumors. They gossip. It's just not good for anybody. It's kind of like grade school, and who wants to go back there?
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the American Psychological Association says gaslighting is to manipulate another person into doubting their own perceptions, experiences, or understanding of events.
That's so
kind of
fun.
trying to make them think they're going crazy, like the movie.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, it's no fun going to work if you aren't excited about it. That's for sure. People do that every day. I don't know what the numbers are. My last question: do we know how many people are unhappy going to work?
They say about 66%. 66% of people going to work in an environment that is not a healthy environment. We see their performance decline. They intentionally call out sick, etc. And that is from the Harvard Business Review study.
Maya Radcliffe, how can people find you?
At info@hawaiifluidart.com or just hawaiifluidart.com.
What's the connection to Hawaii?
I lived on the islands for 9 years, and that's where Hawaii Fluid Art was created. So that is the connection.
You're talking Oahu?
I lived on Oahu, I lived on the Big Island, and I lived on Maui.
Wowee, that's Hawaii.
It's lovely. I feel so bad about Lahaina. Still hurts me. I loved Lahaina. Man.
That's where I used to live. My old house burned down, as well as many of my friends and loved ones.
So you lived, and how did the banyan tree survive? I can't believe that. That's just
She's
stunning.
coming back. She's coming back. She's got green, and she was not destroyed. It just shows you how nature can preserve.
Well, and how God works, too. Isn't there a church that wasn't scathed in the middle of...
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good meeting you, Maya. Nice to have you on, and good luck. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Have a blessed day.
You as well. Thank you. Man, Lahaina been there several times. They had a whole strip of shops, and there's this banyan tree that was 3 blocks big with branches everywhere, and it survived.
Wow.
And then that one church sitting there, everything else burned to the ground, but not the church.
There you go, Steve.
How about that? 743. All right, 217-359-2255. You're welcome to text in anything you hear about thoughts, what you want to say, on the Fisher National Bank text line. Standing by if you have any comments to interject here this morning on this January 8th.
It's not January.
Right. It's Bobby's birthday.
I feel like you
Maybe
said
I'm into
Jay.
Elvis Presley's birthday, January 8th. It's July 8th, and we're going to get rain, 1 to 3 inches expected, according to Greg Soder.
Wednesday.
Next 2 days.
Okay.
Right,
2,
with
3
the
days.
remnants
Burl.
of Burl.
No, I see
coming our
that
way.
track, and hey, we'll take some more rain.
Yeah, I think you probably could use it. All right, on this July 8th, glad you're listening. Monday morning, we'll check your sports headlines. Coming up.
Jets is hiring. Call 217-352-9992 or stop into 1907 West Springfield Avenue near Round Barn in Champaign. Jets is open till 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays till midnight. Are you looking for a side hustle? Here's Josh from Jets talking about the benefits of doing deliveries.
When I was a delivery driver, it was amazing how much the actual amount of money I had just shot right up. It's hard to describe. You have money in your pocket every single day.
For details on joining the team, visit jetspizza.com.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, it is 7:15, ESPN 93.5. We check your sports headlines.
Cardinals beat Washington 8-3. They have a 3:05 start today here on ESPN 93.5. Here's your Redbird recap.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. The Cardinals got out to an early lead. The Nationals tied it. The Cardinals took the lead with 2 outs a couple of innings later and then added on, and then they finished off the day with this.
So Ciani, good speed at first. There's a ball hit hard to left field. That's backing up Wood. He looks up, and it's gone. A big fly for Wilson Contreras. His 9th of the year. A 2-run shot here in the 7th inning, and the Cardinals now lead 8-3.
The Cardinals won it 8-3 over the Nats, and they'll try to make it 3 out of 4 today.
After getting blown out in Game 2, it was a nice bounce-back victory for the Cardinals yesterday. Kyle Gibson picked up the win, and the Cardinals continue to play good baseball. They've been great since Mother's Day, and they are getting closer and closer to the Brewers.
And we're on the air today at 2:10, 2:55. Ricky has the lineups. I'll bring you the first pitch thrown by Mitchell Parker coming up at 3:05 Central as the Cardinals try to win 3 out of 4.
Cubs win 5-0 over the Angels. Now they'll face Baltimore tomorrow at 5:35.
Baltimore.
And then coming into the weekend at Busch Stadium, Cubs versus Cardinals.
Oh, down in St. Louis this weekend?
Yeah.
All right, that'll be fun.
I'll
Always
be at the
is.
Friday night game with my brother Gary celebrating his 70th birthday. And we're all rallying around Gary Ducey.
Well, the National League Central, by the way, because some people aren't sure where we all are ending up. The Brewers have won 53, Cardinals 47, only 6 games.
Yeah.
And the rest of the division have only won 42 games. All 3, Cubs, Reds, and Pirates are tied for last.
Yeah, down there. Well, Baltimore is beating the Yankees by 3 in the American League East, and I think probably Baltimore is the best record, maybe Philadelphia, maybe, but Baltimore's terrific team.
I see.
So it'll be hard in Chicago.
Come on, Cubbies.
Let's go.
Miami over Chicago White Sox 7-4. They've got a game against Minnesota's Twins at 7:10. Also trending, WNBA, Caitlin Clark got 19 points and 13 rebounds and 10 rebounds and 13 assists, something like that. Triple-double.
First rookie to ever do it in the WNBA.
Youngest player to do that.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, is there any problem having Caitlin Clark in the WNBA? Because she's changed the whole thing. Everybody's going to watch her.
Absolutely.
That is why I would have put her on the Olympic team so everybody would watch her. Mm-hmm. She's not one of the best ones. I don't care. Everybody would watch her.
And Angel Reese with her 13th consecutive double-double, even though Seattle came out over the Chicago Sky 84-71. Davis Thompson at the age of 25 wins the John Deere Classic.
Davis Thompson minus 28.
Wow.
Okay. Wins by 4.
Yeah.
And C.T. Pan.
Do I know Davis?
No, nobody does.
Right.
Okay. He's 25 and he played very well. That's where you bought the opportunity for Nathaniel to caddy for DA points. That was at John Deere.
Oh, sure. I remember that.
And Nathaniel caddied in a PGA event.
I didn't buy any. I made a donation to the golf program.
You were the highest bidder.
Okay, maybe I did buy it then.
In any event, it was so we know the John Deere course pretty well, having walked that. And Nathaniel had a golf tournament there once. Anyway, it was stunning how these go. Just who are these guys that everybody can do that? I guess mine is 28.
I'd have to sit down with a pen and paper to see how good that was.
In
I don't know.
Silvis, Illinois.
28 over par is where my range.
I mean, it's just it is unbelievable golf to shoot 62 to 66 every day.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's just ridiculous. And somebody shot a 59 on the first day, and he didn't win.
It must have been pretty friendly conditions.
I think it rained a lot, so you could go right at the pin.
Yeah.
And these guys actually can get it to within 6 feet when they do that. It's crazy.
Here's him saying, I got off to a great start. I was able to just kind of cruise down the back 9 after closing with a 7 under 64.
It's kind of average
Man.
this week. Nick Hardy, former Illini, had 70-72, didn't even make the cut. So it was just low. You had to go low. And usually John Deere. Now you got the British Open, the CT Pan, who's from Taiwan. He has an AJG event, which is kind of the professional round for kids. It's called AJGA. It's the best you can play if you're outside of college, younger than that. He said, usually I sponsor 12 Taiwanese kids that come to my AJGA event in Houston, But they're on their own because I'm going to the Open. He eligible for the British Open next week.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big one.
Yeah. That's a Royal Troon.
Where are they? Okay,
Royal Troon. I'm not familiar much. The only thing I know is the old course, but Royal Troon. Anyway, British Open's always fun because the rain's sideways and the wind's 40 miles an hour. Just you see these guys in the fescue. Man.
They wouldn't cancel the parade for rain in Scotland.
No, that's right.
Okay.
They'd be going for that. All right, 7:49. We'll check Greg's weather coming up.
Ow, a spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninajunktruck.com.
Let Max Twin City Recycling pay you for your junk metal items. As the weather begins to heat up, now is a great time to put cash in your pocket for the steel, copper, brass, and aluminum items you've been meaning to get rid of. We've recently added a large concrete pad to make unloading quicker and cleaner for our customers. Visit us on North Lincoln Avenue, just north of I-74, or at maxrecycling.com.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, we'll check your weather this morning with our meteorologist Greg Sawyer with some rain on the way, brought to you by Kramer's Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, and outdoor living. Visit kramersiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and vicinity. Those clamoring for more organized, widespread rains. You'll get it later on this week with the remnant circulation and tropical moisture from Beryl expected to come up our way. Partly sunny for the day today. A shower thunderstorm in spots later this morning and again this afternoon, but just spotty coverage at best, up to 87 light south wind. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm in spots early and again late. About at 68 tomorrow. Somewhat cooler, more clouds and sun, and a couple of showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Highs around 80. Showers and thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night with a low down to 66 and a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Gusty winds for the day on Wednesday. That's the remnant circulation from Beryl. Wednesday high at 78. Maybe a lingering shower chance, partly sunny, humid 83 on Thursday. Middle 80s on Friday. Mid to upper 80s for the weekend. Hot weather next week with low to mid 90s. Nights in the 70s. Hey, by the way, 1 to 3 inches of rain expected across the area. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Hey, at Watts Copy Systems, they offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Why don't you call and get a free evaluation? Might save you a lot of money, particularly like color copies and stuff. Call 217-352-0428. Watts Copy Systems, locally owned, family-owned, and employee-owned Illinois business. Okay, so we talked a little about the 4th of July. Hope you had a great weekend. We were up in Door County for a couple of days. It's a beautiful region. It's up in northern Wisconsin. You take a right when you get to Green Bay, kind of a right. Go up to the northeast part of the state, and then it's Door County, and little community towns, and lots of people go to Door County, Wisconsin, for a variety of reasons, and people that go there generally go every single year.
I see.
But you have to book today for next year, or you can't get where you were.
Okay.
It's that kind of a demand.
Well, the Champaign County Freedom Celebration fireworks were sure good.
Awesome.
A nice variety and lots of the willow tree kind of sizzling on the way down. And I just love those.
Yeah, I think it was great. I didn't go, but I heard a lot of good things.
Good.
And the synchronization on the radio and stuff, the soundtrack to it, it's just really good.
All right.
Such a fun weekend. So I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and it's good to be back.
All right, so nationally, we touched on Joe Biden. Will he drop out? Should he drop out? A whole bunch of Democrats kind of tiptoeing toward that conclusion. Jerry Nadler, probably the most prominent congressman over the weekend, said he should get out. And so they're all questioning. I'm wondering when it's going to go from soft to hard, where they're going to say, we got to get rid of him, and just this is it. We're not going to let him run, but I don't know what they do, because if he doesn't go, he didn't go. And apparently Joe Biden is very defiant and lashing out at those that say he should get out. And where we all know, if you've watched it all and kept up on all this stuff, that he has been fading for 4 years. I mean, he just hasn't been very good.
And I think you're right, but not anything. I mean, I never thought he was really a good pick for president of the United States to start with. Forget Democrat, Republican. He just was kind of not as sharp as I would like to see our president. But, he's getting up there, and now the Democrats have found themselves in quite a pickle. they've got a lot of Democrats running for re-election in the Senate, and they're concerned about this whole thing affecting that. And then the House is razor thin anyway. So
it's a bad year for the Democrats to have many more Democratic seats open than Republican seats. It was reversed last time.
Well, and Joe did say he was probably going to run just for one term. When he was running, he said, "No, I'm going to go one term." And so now I think they just focused on we'll stop Donald Trump, and they got away from him. So I don't know. Well, I don't know, Steve. I think that he'll step down. It's just there's a point at which if they keep hammering him, his chances to win go to zero.
Yeah, right.
And they
know
then
that.
it's if that's what you guys have done to me, fine. But that's not going to sound very well either. It's a tough spot as a armchair political analyst. I don't know what to tell them.
Well, but do they want to pick Kamala Harris, or do they have to pick Kamala Harris?
I don't think they have to, but I think they'll end up coming around to that's probably where it's going to go. And she would probably be better at this point with the way they've just pounded Joe for the other Democrats running for office.
Should it be investigated on the, quote, cover-up? They say this is scandalous from what they've done to keep this information from the public?
Well, I don't think it was a cover-up. I didn't see I saw what we had. I don't know that they had their, quote, opinion that it was fine. Look at him, he's sharp. And I wouldn't say that was sharp. But whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do, Steve.
Yeah, right. Well, but they also say they've been doing these fake videos and setting them up, and now the media kind of playing gotcha. Every time he makes a stumble, it's headlines.
No,
he's been making stumbles for a long time.
That's right. So, no, they're not going to investigate this. We can forget about that. Hopefully, this will all shake out, and if Trump wins, I hope he does a good job. We need a good president from somewhere.
All right, any latest rumors on who Donald Trump picks as his vice president? I haven't heard a thing. Have you heard anything? Nothing.
Nope.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
There's a bigger kind of buzz for him these days, but I don't know if Donald Trump is saying anything.
What would he bring? Youth?
Oh, no kidding. He brings a lot.
He's a man of color. He's Indian, isn't he?
Forget it. He's smart.
Yeah.
I like what his ideas
Entrepreneur, businessman.
And I'm being on the other end of the spectrum here, so I'm closer to Donald Trump's age than Vivek, but I think that having representation at a highest level for the generation of Nathaniel and Matthew is a pretty good idea. Our sons and daughters.
Oh, right.
So, and I think he's a very capable guy and could be a president. He's extremely young, in his 30s, actually. So.
Yeah, 37, 30. Yeah. Could he be could he take over?
You have to be 35.
Here's a comment on the text line. Is the son-in-law no longer playing? Haven't heard anything about that.
Jacob went back down to AAA.
Oh.
Obviously when it happened, we talked a lot about him. But if you start talking a lot about him, then you have to talk a lot about him. How did he do today?
Well, he got up in the majors, and a guy got hurt, and he led off and did great. And then the guy got better, and he's now leading off and doing well. And so Jacob they kept him up there, huh, Steve, for another month,
6 weeks.
But then and then he's back in the minors, and he's playing and doing very well, actually.
No, he's definitely, he was on base. I think the count is 11 times in the last 4 games. So that means walking, getting hit by pitch, base hits.
It takes.
Yeah, he's had a 5-game hitting streak.
Excellent. Yeah.
So he's off for 2 days. So he'll be back tomorrow night. They'll be playing in Louisville. He's in AAA. But no, we're waiting and kind of hanging, and it's kind of a process. I mean, in base, it's not like the NBA where you're going to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is like Terrence Shannon's going to play next year for the Timberwolves. You're going to see him on the TV. The baseball they go through, there's 6 different minor league teams for each team. There's a lot of ways.
No, it's amazing. And look, if I chart, when did Jacob play as far as looking back? When did he go up there and back? All you do is chart the Reds wins. It goes up to second place.
Yeah.
Well, he was there from last and now back to last. I'm thinking they probably need to call him up again because for whatever reason, when he was up there, they went on a tear.
Yeah, that's true. I think the last game he started was in Milwaukee, and at that point they were 17-11 when he was.
And you
in
can
the big
say, well,
leagues.
we look at all the stats. There's no indication that he had any particular thing to do with it, other than he was involved in winning about 4 games. But here's the stat I look at. They were winning.
Yeah, the whole team seemed. I don't know. It's hard to figure how the Cincinnati Reds can go to New York and beat the Yankees in 3 straight, and then come home against a not a very good Detroit Tiger team and lose 3 straight.
Well, they swept the Dodgers not long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I don't know.
It's baseball, and there's a lot of luck in baseball. And when I say that, you can hit that baseball hard, and you're as out as if you strike out because it goes to the wrong spot.
All right, what is sad fishing? That's what teens are doing online. You got to hear this next. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
More Democrats put President Biden under more pressure. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, as Congress returns today. And Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from the White House.
At least 5 House Democrats have gone public with their calls for the president to step aside, but there is a lot more frustration churning behind closed doors. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries had a virtual meeting with ranking House Committee Dems on Sunday. Several of them voiced concerns about the president's viability.
4 of them calling privately for the president to exit the 2024 race, including top Democrats on House committees Adam Smith, Jerry Nadler, Mark Takano, and Joe Morrell. But the president keeps running, campaigning in Philadelphia.
This election is going to be about block and tackling, simple, basic politics.
Now, former President Trump has called for a second debate after President Biden's performance in the first one led to all this scrutiny about his age and mental fitness. Tonight, the former president will be interviewed on Hannity on the Fox News channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, President Biden hosts world leaders at a NATO summit. Helping Ukraine battle Russia, a big topic after Russian missile attacks today killed at least 31 people.
A daylight bombardment of Kyiv, the biggest for months. Ukraine's largest children's hospital among the buildings hit. According to President Volodymyr Zelensky, Russia used 40 missiles to target 5 different cities in all.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Hurricane Beryl's raining down on Texas. There are flood warnings in place in the Houston area after Beryl made landfall between Corpus Christi and Galveston before dawn. Fox Weather's Bretta Merwin has been riding the storm out in a car in Surfside.
Imagine 4 hours of winds that are gusting above 90 miles per hour. That's been the reality. I got to tell you, the winds with Beryl, just when you feel like it's going to let up, it just comes rushing right back in.
And the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, Beryl still a Category 1. America's listening to Fox News.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you had $1 million in 2009, today it would be worth less than $700,000. Thank you, big government. Hedge against runaway inflation with gold from Birch Gold Group. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. I trust Birch Gold, and you can too.
Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Text SHELTER to 989898 today.
While Hurricane Beryl drenches the Texas Gulf Coast, areas to the west of there are baking. With excessive heat warnings in place, Arizona to Nevada, southern and northern California up to Washington State.
The West and Pacific Northwest saw some of the hottest temperatures over the weekend, with several heat records being shattered. In California, a motorcyclist died from the 125-degree weather in Death Valley National Park. Triple-digit heat is forecast for Phoenix and Las Vegas through the week.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. Boeing has worked out a plea agreement with the federal government, paying a $200+ million fine related to 2 MAX jet crashes overseas that killed 346 people. Some victims' families want a federal judge to reject it.
Here's the breakout of the deal that the Texas judge will have to sign off on. Boeing has agreed within the plea deal. They've pled guilty to criminal fraud. They have to not only to pay this fine, but they also have to improve compliance and safety programs programs.
That's Fox Business Network Cheryl Casoni. Stocks could rise to start the week. Dow futures are up before the opening bell this hour. Same with the NASDAQ, which closed at a record high Friday. It's almost All-Star break time in baseball. The All-Star game will be next Tuesday. The starters already voted in the other day. Now the rest of the players have been selected.
Of the 13 pitchers on the National League roster, 10 are first-time All-Stars. 7 of the 13 American League pitchers in the Midsummer Classic for the first time. The Dodgers' Mookie Betts was selected for his 8th straight All-Star game. Bryce Harper, Freddie Freeman, and Chris Sale picked for their 8th appearances. Royals catcher Salvador Perez named as a reserve to his 9th All-Star game. Same number for Astros infielder Jose Altuve, who will start for the American League next Tuesday. The Phillies are sending 7 players to the All-Star game, more than any other team.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Alex Bowman won a rainy NASCAR race on the streets of Chicago, clinching a spot for Bowman in the NASCAR Cup playoffs. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Race for mayor of Urbana is down to one candidate after Alderman James Quisenberry announcing he's dropping out of the race. He said he had a change of heart after a cancer scare and his wife retiring. The demanding job of being mayor was more than he wanted to take on at this time. 2 people shot early Friday morning in Champaign. Police dispatched to a local hospital after the 2 arrived with gunshots. One of the victims, a 41-year-old male, had a potentially life-threatening wound to his abdomen. The other, a 28-year-old female, suffered a graze. Both victims still at the hospital where they remain stable. IDOT announcing Illinois 10, that's Springfield Avenue, closed to traffic starting this week. Starting today, the road closed while the overpass carrying Springfield Avenue over Copper Slough just east of Duncan Road gets replaced. IDOT officials say the project expected to be completed in 5 months, and until then, detours will be posted. They encourage drivers to pay close attention to signs and change conditions in the work zones. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. 8:06 on this July 8. It is Monday. Weather brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Kurt Lenschow. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Kurt are there. Meteorologist Greg Solier. We got Brother Johnny in the studio. We got Beryl that went up to Texas as a tropical storm. Johnny, I think it's...
Well, and Greg, I tell you what, usually I'm running up here from the hurricanes, but now I'm headed to New Orleans to run away from that hurricane because it's coming.
Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, that's about the way it's going to play out. Matter of fact, first Beryl made landfall in the pre-dawn hours, packing 80-mile-an-hour winds. That's a Cat 1 hurricane. Okay. So that's okay. But right around Matagorda, Texas, I believe that's not far either side of about Galveston. And there'll be a swing to the north and northeast around here in east central Illinois. So if you weren't happy with, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, on the inch and a half worth of rain that came through central and southern Champaign County in particular, for the 4th, well, there'll probably be some double those rainfall amounts around here, and the flood watches extend from eastern Texas. Remember, they are now overtly wet and saturated all the way up into parts of southern Illinois, as close in as about Charleston, Mattoon. But in the meantime, 75 at Willard and Savoy, 72 at Rantoul, a couple of sprinkly showers into northern Ford County, right around the Springfield area as well. There's kind of a stalled front that Beryl will make the run to the north and northeast along over the next 48 to 60 hours. So it will be just that, a stray shower this morning, maybe a thunderstorm in 1 or 2 spots this afternoon, partly sunny, seasonally warm and humid, 87. Stray shower, thunderstorm in spots this evening, overnight lows down to 68, and slightly better odds as we begin to tap into some of that real deep tropical moisture, especially tomorrow afternoon. A couple of showers and thunderstorms AM and PM, the high around 80 degrees, and the showers and thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night through Wednesday, kind of a tropical feel. Winds will get a little gusty at times as a depression or extratropical Beryl comes up our way. Low tomorrow night in the 60s, highs on Wednesday just 78. Lingering shower thunderstorm chance Thursday at 83, and then we warm up steadily with mid to upper 80s Friday and Saturday, around 90 on Sunday, and a lot of heat next week with highs in the low to mid 90s. By the way, 1 to as much as 3 inches of rain coming off a Beryl here as we head towards the middle part of the week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, Greg, thank you. ESPN 93.5, social media is often an integral part of teenage life, but what was once a simple way to stay connected with friends and family has now evolved into a medium where distinguishing the real from the fake amid alarming trends has become increasingly difficult. One such trend is called sad, like I'm not happy, I'm sad fishing. It's raising some concerns, particularly among teenagers. The term, which researchers defined in the Journal of American College Health in 2021, refers to social media users who exaggerate their emotional state online to generate sympathy. It could be in the form of a sad photo, an ominous quote, or a vague post. We all may be guilty of posting something vulnerable and emotional on social media from time to time, but it's not a bad thing. But excessive posting could be a sign of larger mental health issues. Online safety expert, CEO of GameSafe, David Everett. Is this causing concern because we're afraid they're going to take their own life? We're afraid they're going to do something really bad. What's the issue here, David?
Good morning. So the issue with sad phishing is that this is a cry for help, whether it be a true mental health situation where the child or the teenager is really in a depressed state, going through something severe in their life, or in social media, they're looking for followers. They're looking for the attention. So this is there's just so much that a child is exposed to that now they can use different avenues. And why it's a trend on social media is that you gain followers. You open yourself up, and people are attracted to that. And there's a problem there because predators look for this.
All right, so predators are out there all the time. We have no idea how many because they disguise themselves. But you're talking about really, really bad people, and we can't tell if they're trying to get followers or they're truly in mental anguish. How do we know?
That's a great question, and it's a hard one for anybody other than those who are part of their social circle, like really like in-person social circle, like parents or friends. These people will know who is really in trouble, but if it's on social media, you have no idea what's really going on. So what we developed is something that will actually see this and then report it to a parent as part of our mental health triggering threat model.
Okay, love this. How would this work? And you came up with this, David?
I did. I actually built it for my own children, and that's why it started as GameSafe. My youngest child was approached by a predator her very first time playing the game Minecraft. And that brought me out of my corporate life into a life of developing something that would be a real-time solution to where it sees what she sees, it hears what she hears, and then it looks for a threat and lets me know immediately if there's something going on.
So this covered the gamut from a standpoint of safety. So if my child has a phone and I have the phone, I'm going to get alerted like they are whatever they're doing?
That's exactly what happens. And so it's a very simple process. You go to GameSafe.ai or you go and get it off the App Store. It's the parental app. So the parent then goes ahead and they link their child's device. And right now we cover iOS devices like iPhones, iPads, Android tablets, Android phones, and then also Windows PC devices. But you get a QR code and your child's device gets linked. You log in with your credentials, and then you select what child is being monitored on that device.
Wow.
It's that simple.
So when you're in corporate life, you're obviously some level of high-level nerd. I mean, David, how can you... I mean, really, you're one of those guys, right? You got a slide rule? I mean, you're the guy we need. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So how successful are you with this?
Well, it's been my wheelhouse for about 20 years.
Yeah.
And I came out of doing large-scale enterprise-level architecture for Fortune 500 companies. I came home, and my wife was telling me, okay, here we go. We're going to let our little one get on the bus of social media and on the bus at the time of gaming online. We both know the dangers. And we said, okay. And sure enough, the very first day this happened. And that changed my life, right? And from that point, I've been doing this 5 years to get this right. Because it doesn't matter. Right now we're doing gaming, but social media is within months. A GameSafe will actually cover social media. It will cover everything on your child's device.
All right, GameSafe.ai, how much does it cost?
For one child, it's $4.99 a month, but I'm giving it away free for 30 days. So you can come check it out. You can come see if it works for you and your family. What we've done is as we scale the users, as we start to get more and more people to adopt this product, our threat models get smarter because I've isolated our AI into its own systems. I don't go and use Google or do any of that. we've trained our own models. And so as parents, they can feed back into the system to help it get smarter.
What haven't we, David, you're obviously brilliant. What haven't we developed online that we need to develop that you could do if you had time? I mean, what would be a need right now for the world?
Oh my gosh, this is probably the biggest one for our children right now is we need to protect them. And social media is being called out on this. Gaming providers are being called out on this. They want to take action, but the action is really happening now from products like GameSafe. And when we look at the larger scope of things, I'm already planning this out, right? And we're going to find ways to really identify unknown child sex abuse materials, report that to Homeland. We've got a large product roadmap that will cover total security, not only from a parent-child perspective, but we're also going to be empowering children. And we're going to help them understand the threats and the dangers that are coming their way so they don't become victims.
All right, David, it's gamesafe.ai. I really appreciate your time. Last question. Is there a way to have something on the top of my screen when I'm watching the news where AI can decipher whether it's A, false, green, true, or opinion? Can it not instantaneously do that thing so I know what I'm watching?
That is a fabulous idea. AI is really what you train it to be. So there's bias towards whatever the outcome is going to happen. So it depends on where you're going to set your level of truth, right? Where's the line that makes it green or red?
So in other words, somebody's got to program the thing, and you got to have somehow humans are biased, right? So,
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
I don't know. I'd have you program it, David. That's what I do. Just have you do it. I think it's great. And then they could say we're 98.6 from GameSafe, rated truthful. And this is the network you watch. I mean, I think it's needed because people have no clue because you're hearing so many different views. And I know it's hard to decipher, but it comes down to who programs the thing. David Everett, very good. Good stuff. It's gamesafe.ai. You're doing really valuable work. Congratulations on being so smart.
That's just a God-given thing. It's not something we all have talents, right? It's just what do we do with it?
Well, we're going to draft you for Trivial Pursuit. You'd be golden, man. Good guy to get.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, nice meeting you. Hope we can chat again sometime. David Everett this morning from Phoenix, Arizona, where it is bright and early. It's 6:16 out in Phoenix. But isn't that a good idea? That is really smart. What he's developed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gamesafe.ai. It's free for a month. Try it, and maybe you can help your children stay safer.
I enjoyed that hearing that because, boy, that iPhone is a gateway to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody struggles with it. And what are they watching? And who's after them?
And the kids, don't think the kids won't not like this.
Right.
It's tough.
Well, I don't know. You're
going to see everything I do.
I mean, but will they really realize that? And, do they need to know?
Yeah, there's that.
Well, and so, of course, one of the parenting choices now is when do you give your child a phone?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so that helps make the decision as well. We're going to be watching her or him.
Right.
And,
all right. 217-359-2255. What do you think? You can text in. All right, we go to a quick 60-second sports headline.
Miles Michaelis will take the mound today. We've got the Washington series wrapping up at 3:05 here on ESPN 93.5 after the Cardinals came out on top 8-3 yesterday. Cubs with the day off today after beating the Angels 5-0 yesterday. They'll start up a series at Baltimore with a 5:35 start tomorrow over on US 105.9. We had Miami over the Chicago White Sox 7-4, getting a bunch of runs in the ninth, and they'll take on Minnesota with a 7:10 start. We also had Davis Thompson winning the John Deere Classic. Coco Gauff was beat by Emma Navarro over in Wimbledon.
Yeah, Coco Gauff is a wonderful tennis player, but Coco Gauff was playing tennis and she's looking at her coach saying, give me something, like the coach is supposed to change Coco Gauff's game during the match. Why are you yelling at your coach? He's in the stands, and she's going, give me something. Because she was really not good.
What was she asking for?
Why am I so bad right now?
I got you.
So I'm going, wait a minute, this is the thing. You can't fix this in the middle of. I doubt if he has a job.
Drink some water.
I don't know. And he's trying to do motions about the backhand.
Okay.
Crazy.
Well, I was trying to give her something.
8:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and Van Ham vicinity. Nice to be back on duty. Nice to come calling with a significant rain event at our hip pocket. That'll be the remnant circulation from Beryl. Yeah, the hurricane that came ashore into the Gulf Coast areas, Big Bend country of Texas earlier on this morning. Expected to track north-northeast and bring some promising rain over the driest reaches of the eastern and southern Corn Belt. Maybe a stray shower thunderstorm chance for it today, both morning and later this afternoon. Highs up to 87 with a partly sunny sky. Lingering shower thunderstorm risk early and late night tonight. Low down to about 68. Tomorrow, cooler, more clouds, and higher humidity. The high near 80 as showers and thunderstorms will be scattered for the afternoon and morning hours as well. Showers, thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night through Wednesday. Some healthy downpours as well, with lows in the 60s tomorrow night, 78 on Wednesday, with a lingering shower chance Thursday at about 83, mid-80s for Friday, Saturday up near 90 on Sunday. Hot weather and humid too for next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Investors are on hold waiting for Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress Tuesday and Wednesday and the Consumer Price Index on Thursday. Paramount Global shares are up 3%. Skydance Media will spend more than $8 billion to acquire National Amusements, the family company that controls Paramount. Crude oil prices have moved lower, though traders are keeping an eye on the impact of Hurricane Beryl on refineries. The possibility of a U.S.-backed ceasefire with Israel in Gaza is also a factor. Eli Lilly will spend $3.2 billion to buy Morphic Holding, which is working on treatments for serious chronic diseases. And Danish brewer Carlsberg is getting into the soft drink business, buying London-based Britvic. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown. Every Monday and Friday, Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you. Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Dixie Chopper and Dedicated Diesel lawn mowing business is up and running. Do I got any deals going?
Oh, yeah. We're going to carry through the $1,000 off any Z2 residential mower. Go talk to Andy. If you have a comparative price on a mower that would compare to a Dixie Chopper, which I don't think you'll find one in a big box store, but we're going to make it right and get as close as we can with the quality that you're getting.
Can't imagine the ones I see sitting out in big box stores. They're sitting out in the rain, man. What the heck?
Well, yeah, they're sitting out in the rain, but they're not made as well. You're going to have frame problems. You're not going to have where you're going to take it to get a fork fixed if it busted. You can get a hold of Dedicated Diesel on Facebook at Dedicated Equipment. You can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. Connect with me on email at temo@gftlog.com. We'll get you set up one way or the other.
Jesse with Lands Underground Solutions. When it comes to your septic system, trust the team at Lands Underground Solutions. Our septic specialists have been working in the septic industry, installing and repairing septics in Central Illinois for over 40 years. When it comes to your septic system, trust the team at Lands Underground for repairs, maintenance, or replacement of your septic. Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Looking for the best deal on your next vehicle? Visit Sarah Champagne, where your dream car awaits. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, they've got it all. Their unbeatable prices and exceptional customer service make car buying a breeze. Plus, with their hassle-free financing options, driving off in your new ride has never been easier. Sarah Champagne, Honda, BMW, Subaru, Buick, GMC. Visit them today. Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, Champagne.com.
Yeah, a shout out to Sarah Champagne. Worked over there with Jess and Jonathan, and it was time to recycle our vehicles. And man, it's just good every time, Johnny. They got Subaru. They got Subaru, GMC, Buick, Honda, and BMW. And I saw the BMW that Terrence Shannon bought.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She's pretty nice.
Okay.
Anyway, Terrence Shannon was at Willard, and Christian went up to talk to him and got a picture. And
asked about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yep. And he was introduced to the team over the weekend.
That's a good team.
Yeah, they're good. And he's part of this. Dillingham came from Kentucky as the 8th pick, and then Terrence was the 28th pick. Timberwolves had 2 first-round picks. So you got 2 first-rounders, they say, are going to be part of that second wave that are going to elevate that group.
Well, they were in the semis this year. I think they were in the Final Four of the NBA.
Yes, they were. They're very good. They got Anthony Edwards.
Carl Anthony Towns.
No, but they got this.
Oh, yeah. And
who's that? I don't even remember
Crazy.
from college.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, you say, who are? And do you notice the international flair? What's France doing to create such basketball stars? I mean, France, it's just a worldwide deal. And I'm here to say I've never been called one time in the NBA draft, ever.
I'll tell you what.
Come on, man. Where am
I do watch NBA basketball just because I'm amazed at the athleticism of these guys. And I don't like the three jacking. But
what did Matthew Meyer say 2 years ago? It's all about chucking threes. Oh, by the way, Dirk Rice, outstanding farmer, suggested this morning we did a name the starting 5 for this coming season.
Yes.
$3,000 on the line if you're able to do it. We know the 12 players that are probably going to be picked from. One is going to redshirt, so they got 11. Got to pick out 5 of the 11, which I think is a crapshoot with this team. Brad Underwood doesn't know. Anyway, he suggested that we do name the starting 5 for next year for $1 million. And he said, you'll never have to pay it. I said, I'll come to Rice Farms if I do. What would we do? Because, I mean, next year, we don't know if any of them will be here next year.
Diane, I can tell you, if Steve did offer that, somebody would probably pick the 5.
No, we wouldn't do that. That's too much of a risk. Yeah. But boy, has it changed. And we were talking a little about Illinois football. And I haven't talked to anybody that knows for sure exactly what we have. And I'm not sure, because the guys have been coming in. I've heard in the last 3 weeks, we got this guy, 3-star cornerback. We got this over here and this over here. But how do you put that together?
Right.
For August 29, I think, is Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Illinois, national TV. And then the next weekend, we'll have about 9 or 10 days before we play Kansas, who beat us by 30 out there.
That's here, though, right?
It's here, but the same quarterback who blitzed us. I mean, if Illinois were to win the Kansas game and go 2-0, I believe we'll go to a bowl. But you look at the schedule. We host Michigan for the 100th anniversary of Red Grange, which doesn't excite me because Michigan's still really good.
We got Michigan's number.
Well, and then we play at Oregon, top 10.
Right.
No, I'm telling you what, it's not for the faint of heart. And how many? That's 18 teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah, 18 in the Big Ten. 18. Okay. And what are we evolving to? Is it going to be the SEC and Big Ten? That's it? We're going to have 2 conferences?
There's a lot of people saying that, but yeah,
and isn't it?
I don't get it.
It's simply about fundraising now, right? It's if I have more money, I will get better athlete. Is that true?
I would have to, as far as the teams go, but as far as the conferences, I'd have to actually study why it's evolving into 2 conferences and what's the problem with the other conferences getting the television money and that.
I don't know. I do know what Shad Khan, owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, said over the weekend. He said, after giving $275 million to Trevor Lawrence's quarterback with $200 of that guaranteed, he said we kind of put his coaches on notice because they had a disappointing last year. Johnny was there at the playoff win from that deficit at halftime. You were there in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was great.
Unbelievable. That was the last. And then this year they lost 5 of the last 6. And they didn't.
Well, Trevor got hurt.
So anyway, they signed their quarterback. But Shad said, we have to have coaches that develop our young draft picks. We cannot be addicted to free agency because it costs a fortune. And talk about a crapshoot. Guy turns his ankle and he gets guaranteed money. I mean, man.
No, Shad's a very smart guy. He's done extremely well in everything he's done, including Jacksonville, which was absolute
nothing.
Bottom of the barrel. He turned them around, and he's always looking at innovation and new ways to do things.
Right.
I mean, he's really fun to talk to.
Wouldn't your brilliant idea from 25 years ago fly still? The Versaback?
Yeah, the Versaback.
You should tell your
Dicka liked it.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to be work on two extra guys, one who runs left, one who runs right, that throw on the run. Well, you see those halfback passes, and they're half.
But you're talking about
terrible.
Essentially, three athletes back there that could be quarterback.
Right, and the defense doesn't know which one might throw the ball. And I'm not saying doing that. It's not a trick play. We're talking
part
about
of the offense,
an option type guy.
Remember the run and shoot, kind of that kind of crazy.
But and not a lot of quarterback. It isn't what you want to do. You want to stick with the drop back. But if you have the option of a guy who actually all he does is run right and throw it, and he's good at it, and boy, I'll tell you what, that just adds a dimension.
Well, you should talk to
it's the
Versaback owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Since you know him, you can do that.
Well, what if it just blows up? I don't want anything to do with it.
As they say,
not my idea.
It's a process. You have to be patient with it. All right, and people don't tend to be patient with stuff like that. Okay, we're going to break for the news in just a moment. We'll come right back. Our last half hour of the program. It's Monday. Good to have you listen. Hope you had a great 4th of July and maybe a few days off.
July 8th.
Yep, this is a nice 4-day weekend. Next year will be a 3-day weekend, maybe Monday, because Friday is 4th of July next year. All right, be right back. Fox News now. It's 8:30 in Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. President Biden sends House Democrats a 2-page letter refusing to step aside after 4 more top Democrats, including Jerry Nadler, called for Biden to withdraw from the presidential race over mental fitness concerns. President Biden hosting a NATO summit in D.C. this week. Senator Lindsey Graham tells CBS.
This is a very dangerous time. I do not believe, I like President Biden, but what I've seen, I am very concerned that this man is not capable of being commander-in-chief for 4 more months.
House Republicans calling for the White House physician to testify. Category 1 Hurricane Beryl lashing the Texas coast with storm surge up to 7 feet. Fox Weather's Janice Dean.
And the heaviest rainfall now moving into the Houston metro. That's concerning because all of Houston, or most of it, is a lot of concrete, and the water has nowhere to go. Over 5, close to 6 inches.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. 2 people shot early Friday morning in Champaign. Police dispatched to a local hospital after the 2 arrived with gunshots. One of the victims, a 41-year-old male, had a potentially life-threatening wound to his abdomen. The other, a 28-year-old female, suffered a graze. Both victims still at the hospital where they remain stable. IDOT announcing Illinois 10. That's Springfield Avenue closed to traffic starting this week. Starting today, the road closed while the overpass carrying Springfield Avenue over Copper Slough just east of Duncan Road gets replaced. IDOT officials say the project expected to be completed in 5 months, and until then, detours will be posted. They encourage drivers to pay close attention to signs and change conditions in the work zones. Race for mayor of Urbana is down to 1 candidate after Alderman James Quisenberry announcing he's dropping out of the race. He said he had a change of heart after a cancer scare and his wife retiring. The demanding job of being mayor was more than he wanted to take on at this time. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
You know, every year millions of seniors fall victim to financial fraud. Despicable, costing the elderly approximately $3 billion. Oh, heartbreak. Busey offers some tips. Planning ahead, protect assets, whatever you have, it needs to be protected. You can talk to a banker, attorney. You got to have somebody you can trust to, of course. But there are predators out there for old people. It's sickening. It really is. Carefully choose a trustworthy person. You want to lock your checkbook up, because if somebody's in your house, they might find it in the drawer where you always leave it. Never give personal information. Never pay a fee or taxes to collect sweepstakes. Hey, you win. I just need a credit card. Yeah, it's only $39.99. You get a free trip to the Bahamas. Never rush into a financial decision, because people come up with great ideas, and if you invest this, I'll double it in a year. Consult with a financial advisor or attorney before signing anything. And, of course, get to know your banker. You can visit with Busey. They're available. They're always there to meet with you. Best way to protect yourself is to be proactive, and Busey wants you to be informed. Just go to Busey.com, stop by one of their many convenient locations, or meet with a Busey associate today. Busey, available for you for 155 years now. Member FDIC. All right, check your weather now. Meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Van Ham vicinity. Nice to be back on duty. Nice to come calling with a significant rain event in our hip pocket. That'll be the remnant circulation from Beryl. Yeah, the hurricane that came ashore into the Gulf Coast areas, Big Bend country of Texas earlier on this morning. Expected to track north-northeast and bring some promising rain over the driest reaches of the eastern and southern Corn Belt. Maybe a stray shower thunderstorm chance for it today, both morning and later this afternoon. Highs up to 87 with a partly sunny sky. Lingering shower thunderstorm risk early and late night tonight. Low down to about 68. Tomorrow cooler, more clouds and higher humidity. The high near 80 as showers and thunderstorms will be scattered for the afternoon and morning hours as well. Showers, thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night through Wednesday. Some healthy downpours as well, with lows in the 60s tomorrow night, 78 on Wednesday, with a lingering shower chance Thursday at about 83, mid 80s for Friday, Saturday up near 90 on Sunday. Hot weather and humid too for next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, so what if Joe Biden will not resign? The pressure is mounting. Some people thought it was going to happen last week. Joe Biden defiantly over the weekend said, I'm not leaving. If he says I'm not leaving, the way that it's all set up in the party politics, you can't get him out unless you impeach him or you somehow get him to leave. He controls the money. He's going to spend $50 million in July on advertising. Is he going anywhere? Is there really going to be Joe Biden surviving all of this from that? Because if you get to September 9, the next debate time, it's over. It's too late at that point.
Well, no, that's after the convention. They've got a candidate. Well, I think if he can hold on through the Republican convention, then I just think the Democrats are out of time.
Couldn't you just get to Chicago in middle August and still do it? Couldn't you just have an open?
Theoretically, but there's just no possible.
Well, what do you think about Donald Trump's latest offer to Joe Biden? Did you hear about that?
I don't believe I did.
All right, Joe Biden, Donald Trump said to him, I'll give him another chance. Here's what the deal would be. TV cameras are on. It's you and me and no moderator. Well, just talk. You can prove to the country that you can do this.
Yeah, I don't. That probably wouldn't work with anybody. With two of the guys at that level, who's going to get to talk the most?
Talk the same time too all the time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. Well, that's just grandstanding. But I'll tell you what. They really did anoint Joe Biden. He didn't really fight through the ranks like we've usually seen.
You hit it earlier by saying that they expected Trump to be gone by now.
Right.
They had him in 18 different courts and all these felonies, and we're going to just totally take care of that.
The thing about it is if you do help, anoint, whatever, a guy like Joe president, guess what? He's president.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want to step down, I don't know if there's anything anybody can do about it. So
what about Amendment 25? Is he fit for office?
They're not going to remove him from the presidency.
All his cabinet would have to turn on him, right?
And he's as fit as he was.
Could the cabinet do it?
He's declined, but he's as fit as he was 4 years ago. That would be another way to lose all the elections for the Democrats. They're going to have to try to talk him to pulling out, and then they're going to have to try to turn this thing around. And I think they've done so much damage to Joe's potential candidacies. I don't think there's any coming back as far as them beating Trump with Joe. So, but that just might be the way they end up. I think Joe will step down, but I'm starting to waver a little bit on that.
Well, now, but if it's going to be Kamala Harris, if she's less popular than Joe Biden, why would you pick somebody less popular than the person you're getting rid of?
You've got to think that the Democrats have somebody in the party had a plan because this was obviously the situation they've been in. And I don't know if they can kind of just discard the vice president because they want somebody else.
Well, the I'm not leaving comment is a fundraising email. And of course, he's going to try to generate as much funds as possible, whether he's leaving or not, because they need that for the campaign.
Absolutely. You've got all the way to the bitter end. You've got to say, I'll never leave.
Right.
But I'm wondering if he's just going to keep saying it. And I don't think there's an option. Well, then does it really default to the vice president on a presidential ticket when after they're chosen, they have the delegates?
Yeah.
Are they really pledged to Kamala or just
could
Joe?
the delegates turn on Joe Biden?
Yeah, they are not supposed to, but
I never thought of that. So maybe the delegates,
they're
maybe
pledged
the rally
delegates, but there's it's not a law. It's the Democratic Party.
But the Democrats could go to those delegates and say, "What do you think? Don't you think we should support XYZ?"
Yeah, they could. That's possible. But
There's
how
like
does
4,000 of them, aren't there?
And how does that look to the Democrats who went out and voted in the primary?
Yeah, right.
And they pledged to vote for Biden.
Right.
And then they changed their mind. I mean, they're just in an awful position politically. And I feel kind of bad for them. Okay, I'm over it. But look. I'd like to see Joe give it a shot, to be honest with you.
Well, at this point,
I think
he posted he's going to do a press conference this week.
Well, and Thursday he met with the 25 Democratic governors.
Yeah, and how do you read Gavin Newsom? We got to support Joe.
I think
Gavin's got a plan, doesn't he?
Well, he's ready if called on.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's not going to be the
But is that the good
problem.
political strategy to just back the heck out of him like Gavin is doing, saying it's got to be Joe, it's got to be Joe?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and they talk in this article about J.B. Pritzker and Kentucky's Andy Beshear and Maryland's Wes Moore and Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer.
In the time frame, a lot depends on where and how they get enough money to run a blitz campaign to switch, and JB's in the driver's seat.
Right. He's got all the money.
Yeah.
But he's a white man.
He's got all the money. And so he's a likable guy. I mean, come on, he can hold his own. Affable.
Pretty liberal.
And he's close to Joe Biden. Joe may say, I think JB would be the best choice.
What's Kamala say, though?
Well, Kamala's going to say, no, I'm running. I mean, they're going to have to do your deal, Steve, where if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, does it make any noise? They'll have to do the silent treatment on her and forget the whole thing. I'm telling you.
So no media coverage on all
And she, that would be... I just don't know. That's such a reverse. But we saw right in front of us how they reversed on Joe Biden after the last 4.5 years. And I don't know how they do that.
I don't either. How they orchestrate it without some sort of a tattletale. There's got to be one rogue out there that says this is what I was told to do. I mean, do you hear the radio woman who got questions ahead of the interview, and then she approved these questions to interview Joe Biden on a radio show? Well, she's been fired. Because she went on CNN and told them that they sent the questions. I don't think that's unusual at all.
No,
people
How
send
was
questions.
the Stephanopoulos interview on ABC?
I mean, he was
pretty ruthless, in my opinion.
I think he's wanting to get him out as well.
But he sent the questions, right?
To Joe?
I don't know.
Maybe.
At this point, I don't know. I think the media now is one thing you do, you lose that. Good luck.
Hey, I've always been pretty quick to throw out my opinion, but these guys are gaslighting me. I don't know what to tell you is going to happen. I'm losing my confidence, Steve. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, and we've never, ever been here.
And I think they're in the same position I am because they don't know what to do.
I think they might be a little surprised at his defiance or his belief that he is the best man to run. Maybe Joe Biden?
Maybe, but again, you got to figure that they wouldn't make this kind of a complete kamikaze move if they weren't pretty sure he would step down.
Okay. I still think
I don't hear any real comments from his competitor. Donald's kind of laying low.
I think he should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, 8:43. That's Brother Johnny. Diane Ducey's got sports headlines coming up.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. We're flooring people. Ow! A spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninajunktruck.com.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
Cardinals beat Washington 8-3. They've got a 3:05 game today. Miles Michael has taken the mound. You'll hear the action here on ESPN 93.5. Cubs blank the Angels 5-0. They've got a series starting up in Baltimore at 5:35 tomorrow, and you'll hear that over on US 105.9. Miami over Chicago's White Sox 7-4. It's a 7:10 start from Chicago's South Side as they take on Minnesota. WNBA had Caitlin Clark getting a triple-double, youngest player to do that with 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. She led by 19, led the team to a 83-78 win over the New York Liberty on Saturday night. Angel Reese with her 13th consecutive double-double, also making WNBA headlines as Seattle ended up beating the Chicago Sky 84-71. John Deere Classic, Davis Thompson, only 25 on top of the leaderboard. And we're gearing up for the All-Star break. I see that closer Ryan Helsley from the St. Louis Cardinals is on the roster, along with Chicago Cubs left-hander Shota Imanaga.
Yep.
And Chicago White Sox left-hander Garrett Crockett is also on.
Everybody has to have at least one. Mm-hmm. That's the rule. Yeah, All-Star break coming up after this week's games. All right, ESPN 93.5. I did find when I was trying to play earlier, Joe Biden from 2012, Joe Biden from 2019, and Joe Biden at the debate. Now, given the debate, he didn't feel good and had a raspy voice. Mm-hmm. But here's Joe Biden. This is 2012.
The reason why the AEI study, the American Enterprise Institute study, the Tax Policy Center study, the reason they all say taxes are going to go up in the middle class, the only way you can find $5 trillion in loopholes is cut the mortgage deduction for middle class people, cut the health care deduction for middle class people, take away their ability to get a tax break to send their kids to college.
That's 2012. We sounded pretty good. Yeah. This is 2019 campaign.
Number one, everybody gets out, record expunged. Secondly, I'm part of that Obama coalition. I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me.
And then this is from the debate.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Okay, so there's quite a difference. Now, he did have a cold, and he didn't feel good, and jet lagged, and whatever else was going on with him. But obviously, it's called aging. I'm going to sound different in 11 years. I mean, that's how it works. You get older.
Yeah.
Usually not reversible. So at this point, I'm kind of hoping he stays in.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Go, Joe.
Go, Joe. Weather coming up.
The Champaign County Fair's July 19th through the 27th. When it comes to some premier events at the Champaign County Fairgrounds in Urbana, it starts out with the preview night, July 19th. Enjoy the dirt track racing. The first Saturday of the fair, enjoy Military Day and, of course, the Demolition Derby. Western Day will wrap up that first weekend on Sunday with a terrific spotlight on horses. Learn more about the Champaign County Fair at champaigncountyfair.cc. Urbana Park District's tradition is back this summer with their free Neighborhood Nights concerts between 6:30 and 8 at a different park each week with a different band. I'm Diane Ducey, your MC from Stevie Jay Broadcasting. The Park District will take care of you with free popcorn, lemonade, and water. Meet different groups and friends. Enjoy the great music every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8 at different parks throughout the summer. Find out more about Neighborhood Nights at urbanaparks.org.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Love calzones? Jet's Pizza in Champaign is offering their calzone-style boats for just $8.99. Available online only at jetspizza.com with code C1. All of their boats typically feed 2 people. Just apply coupon code C1 at checkout to take advantage of the deal. Your deli boat of choice or one-topping jet boat for $8.99. Pickup or delivery. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, and this Saturday. Those clamoring for more organized, widespread rains. You'll get it later on this week with the remnant circulation and tropical moisture from Beryl expected to come up our way. Partly sunny for the day today. A shower thunderstorm in spots later this morning and again this afternoon, but just spotty coverage at best, up to 87 light south wind. Tonight, a shower thunderstorm in spots early and again late. Well, about at 68. Tomorrow, somewhat cooler, more clouds and sun, and a couple of showers and thunderstorms both morning and afternoon. Highs around 80. Showers and thunderstorms pick up tomorrow night with a low down to 66 and a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Gusty winds for the day on Wednesday. That's the remnant circulation from Beryl. Wednesday high at 78. Maybe a lingering shower chance, partly sunny, humid 83 on Thursday. Middle 80s on Friday. Mid to upper 80s for the weekend. Hot weather next week with low to mid 90s. Nights in the 70s. Hey, by the way, 1 to 3 inches of rain expected across the area. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Beat Olchis, Greg Solgay.
Tabbins Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
Hard hit, center field, it's deep, to the track, to the wall, and it's gone! Matt Carpenter has homered again!
Summertime in St. Louis means Cardinals baseball. Head to the ballpark the weekend of July 12th through the 14th when the Cardinals host the Chicago Cubs. This weekend showdown includes a Saturday day-night doubleheader. Tickets start at just $15. That's the Cardinals and the Cubs July 12th through the 14th at Busch Stadium. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com.
This is Matt Carpenter, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
All right. It is 8:53. We have just a few more minutes of the program. No boys this afternoon because of the Cardinal game. We do have a Stever. I'm handing out $50 bills to first-timers only. You can't have won this before, and I'm going to give out 4 $50 bills to go to Long Branch Steakhouse in Gifford, Illinois. Wonderful place, unbelievable
310
steaks.
South Main Street.
Yep. And if you are interested, you would go to gostever.com and click me and enter, and you'll get an email after 8 tonight if you're randomly chosen as one of our winners. But again, this is for first-timers only, and that's what we got going on.
To me, one of the secrets Donnie has is that relationship with the butcher, or knowing the different cuts of meat and exactly how to serve them up tender.
He cuts it separately, so if you want to order a 32-ounce steak, you can.
Wow.
So you can buy the big one. I like when he gets
real good meat.
Yeah, it is. Well, Johnny, we appreciate you coming in. How long are you in town?
Oh, a few more hours.
Oh, you're leaving today?
Yeah, I got to get. I'm running for the hurricane, man. Oh, get out of town.
Burl. We're going to New Orleans to run from the hurricane.
I know it.
Wow. Hey, this is hurricane season, right? So we'll probably have some more pop up.
Yeah, I tell you, things reverse. It's like last year, L.A. got hit by a hurricane, actually, Los Angeles. And I got to say, after 50 years, I don't know why those idiots are even building houses out there.
Wow. And
what goes around comes around.
Has New Orleans recovered from Katrina?
From Katrina, Ida's the one that really knocked us back.
That was after Katrina, wasn't it?
Oh, it was only 3 years ago.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Well, almost 4 now. Katrina's coming up on 19
Oh, my
years.
word. It's unbelievable.
There was the silver lining because the money that we got to fix things up really helped the whole area. And it's a pretty good place.
Ninth Ward, better?
Yeah. Well,
Done building houses.
Not that many.
Okay.
But there's other areas that have been rebuilt, and it's really fine. So.
Okay. And population's less, isn't it?
It's pretty much come back. It's a little less.
400,000 in New Orleans, something like that. Still run by.
That's the parish population. New Orleans is $1 million metropolis. It's just connected, like a Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah, one of the reddest most Republican states in the union now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. Not New Orleans now.
New Orleans is still blue.
Holding out on, but that's about it.
Well, Johnny, thank you. Good
all right,
always
thank you, Diane and Steve.
Yeah,
thank you.
Right. Totally fun.
That's Brother Johnny. Diane, thank you for all your work on volunteering for the fun day at Tolono and the
now
Freedom
what am
Celebration.
I going to do?
We'll find something.
Let's go Bears.
Let's go Bears. We're going to be the home of the Chicago Bears radio broadcast coming up. Hey, have a good one. We'll talk tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie Jay. Thank you for listening. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Illini pizza fans, Jets Pizza has been making the best pizza on the planet for 40 years. They've always been committed to quality, like hand-pressed dough, fresh mozzarella, and sauce made from Mama Jet's secret family recipe. All baked to perfection. It takes more work, but take one bite and you'll get it. Right now, enjoy 3 types of pepperoni with the new Triple-Roni Pizza for just $16.99. And this is a limited-time deal, so visit jetspizza.com. And don't forget to flavorize your crust for free, like their famous Turbo Crust. Jets, better because it has to be.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today, family owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
This is WSJK.